It doesn't sound like a good idea from where I'm standing, I have to say. I'm not quite sure what else, we can do.
And Princess Royal Elizabeth Alice Louise. The Princess Royal, formerly Princess Anne, is a British royal. She's the only child and second child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. She was born on August 15, 1950 in London, England. She was second in line of succession to the British throne for the 8 years between her mother's coronation in 1952 and the birth of Prince Andrew in 1960, trailing her older brother, Prince Charles. On the other hand, London, according to a former statement, Queen Camilla was the most despised lady in Britain. She was held accountable in the 1990s for the dissolution of the union between the late Princess Diana and the future King Charles III. Prior to Charles and Camilla's coronation on May 6, journalist Petronella Wyatt told CBS News that the soon-to-be queen had been just inundated by paparazzi, who were pretty hostile, and went through her dustbins, her garbage bins. It was a terrible moment. Since then, a lot has changed. According to Wyatt, however, there is still some hostility among at least a few other royal family members. Prince Harry accused Camilla of promoting her own popularity at his expense in his book Spare, even labeling her dangerous. As a royal, Camilla has advocated against domestic abuse and won praise for her compassion. She was very, very polite to Harry, so I don't believe she's totally surprised. But I do think she's a little wounded, Wyatt added. Wyatt continued, I think Camilla will handle the job of queen well. She's happy all the time. She's not difficult or stroppy. She's likely shine subtly and allow Charles to take the stage, in my opinion. Coming back to our topic, in London's Clarence House, where her mother lived while still Princess Elizabeth, Anne was born. She attended Benedictine School for Education. Young Anne developed a strong interest in horsemanship and went on to compete at the highest level. She particularly liked the 3-day competition, which pits male and female riders against one another in both individual and team competitions. She represented Great Britain in the 1971 European Team Championship, as well as taking home the individual title. She missed the Munich Olympics in 1972, primarily due to issues with her horse, but she competed for Great Britain in the 3-day event at the Montreal Olympics in 1976. So much for the conflict between Prince Harry and Prince William, or between Princess Catherine and Meghan Markle. Princess Anne, the sister of King Charles III, is very dissatisfied with the coronation of his wife, Queen Camilla, and they resolved it before the coronation. David Emanuel, a former seamstress for Princess Diana, claimed on GB News on Thursday night that the Princess Royal is enraged by her sister-in-law's new title. Fashion designer asserted that Camilla's new title, Queen, rather than the Queen Consort, is highly charged. That a lot of people, including Anne, are unhappy about the shift. He revealed the drama, saying, I heard that there was a coronation banquet with obviously the king and Camilla there. Supposedly, the Princess Royal remarked, You're not queen, you're the queen's consort. David claims that there was a big showdown at the meal and that the whole situation is very difficult. The title may be upsetting Anne and others because it contradicts Queen Elizabeth II's final desires. I got it from Her Majesty the Queen that she should be queen consort, he remarked. She will now be queen all of a sudden. A lot of people have informed me they are unhappy about it, so it's quite challenging. I guess there won't only be Harry stirring up trouble at the coronation on Saturday. The 72-year-old will be included in a very prestigious capacity in the procession, which is interesting given her fury about the title. She will act as the gold stick-in-waiting, a role reserved for a person in charge of the monarch's personal security. She will follow the newly crowned monarchs on horseback as many journeys in the Golden State coach back to Buckingham Palace. Anne will lead a procession of 6,000 members of the armed forces. The celebration, according to David, will be emotionally charged, given the mix of visitors, which will include Camilla's ex-husband Andrew Parker Bowles, to whom she was married from 1973 until 1995. And get this, despite their brief relationship, he and Anne are allegedly now good friends. Continue stopping by and we'll have more of this kind of topics. See you on the next one.